Survival difficulty 1, safe, secure, minimal entity count. Description. Level 1 varies from person to person. Some report to have seen gigantic biomes of terrain, while others have reported having seen huge expanses of grimy concrete filled with a low-flying fog. It seems that level 1 is either completely random, or it appears different from person to person. However, the most common theme in level 1 is similar to the mono-yellow design of level 0. The key differences are concrete walls instead of wallpaper, tile floors instead of carpet, and dimmer fluorescent lights. Beings typically lurk at or above level 1. Known beings on level 1 include dullers, adult facelinks, hounds, and skin stealers. There are ways of reaching level 1. Like other levels, it can be reached randomly with stairs, elevators, and hallways, and one also has a small chance of landing here when no clipping into the backrooms. In addition, at any point, there's a chance the lights will begin to flicker on and off. Eventually the lights will turn off for minutes or hours at a time. While the lights are off, this level becomes very dangerous, so bring a light source if you are exploring. Colonies. There are currently 8 known colonies and outposts in level 1. It should be noted that attempting to meet up with these colonies/outposts will prove extremely difficult, as the backrooms stretch out for millions of miles. The Orderly Republic. The largest outpost in level 1. Consists of mainly young adults. Quite friendly, and always open to trading. Exploration Alpha. Group mostly comprised of people wanting to separate from the Orderly Republic. Normally friendly and open for trading, although health, obviously, does affect this. Sanction. Hidden behind a false wall roughly 98 miles southeast from the exit. Smallest outpost in level 1. Made up of roughly 10. Guide Outpost 03. Second outpost of the tourism guide and the second largest group in level 1. Heavily armed at all times because of the entities. Normally open for trading except for during search and rescues. Open for staying with them, for safety, for a week or so in exchange for small amounts of supplies. Research Outpost 01. A small group of about 11 scientists who document the creatures of the backrooms even further. The group also includes 5 scouts who attempt to capture the creatures. The Helpers. Not much is known about them. Very helpful. The B.E.U. Acronym for the Backrooms Exploration Unit. A group that travels and documents the backrooms. Currently only has 2 members, U/Darren something and U/Ed Arakokra. Although there is no real base, U/Darren something resides under a staircase on level 1. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Get here from level 0. In level 11, if you walk into a building, you may end up here. If you climb one of the trees in level 11.5 you will have a chance of entering level 1. Open one of the doors in level 41.5 to enter this level. Enter one of the unlocked doors in level 54 to get to level 1. Walking through one of the doors in level 82 can lead you to level 1. The end of the 5th event in level 92 can lead you here. You can get here after completing the King's Trial in level 94. Exits. You can leave level 1 by simply continuing to explore the backrooms. Level 1 usually leads to level 2 or back to level 0. In level 1, it is possible to find holes in the walls that will lead to level 19 which are very rare. Entering a dark wall can rarely lead to level 28. Rarely, you may be transported to level 38 randomly. The following part was edited by a party goer. No clip through the ceiling and you will be at a party. Smiley face, also known as level fun, avoid at all costs. Entities in level 1. Entity 6, Dullers. Entity number, 6. Habitat, majority of levels. Description. Dullers are docile creatures generally found in the lower levels of the backrooms. They appear dark gray and humanoid, but they lack several prominent features, such as a face or ears. It is not fully understood how dullers kill their prey, as they usually run away from threats. Behaviors. They usually run away from anything that gets close, but be aware that these entities do seem to be hostile. The entity hunts by being in a hall, and having a victim in a hall on the other side of a wall. The duller will then no-clip its arm through the wall capturing the prey on the other side, and then drag them into their hall. It seems they only prey on wanderers that have questionable sanity. If you notice a duller, without their hunting tactic, they will silently run away. It is unknown what they do to you once captured. They can sometimes take seemingly random objects, and it is unknown what they do with the items. They also seem to dislike almond water, as wanderers report that dullers seem to avoid almond water fountains, and other items. Biology. Tall, gray humanoid, frail skeletal structure, with no facial features. They have long arms, that can extend to very far distances, usually to reach their prey on the other side of the wall. Their stance is very wobbly, and their walking motion is unnatural. These entities are surprisingly strong for how their body structure looks. They can however run at extreme speeds, even while holding items twice their own weight. Discovery. It is unknown how this entity was discovered in modern times, but a group known as the Lost mentioned a being known as Grasps of the Wall, which could be referring to a duller. Do's and don'ts. 2. Specifically run to it if you can, it will run away. Use almond water on yourself, or against them. Don't lose your almond water. Be on the opposite wall from the duller. Entity 9, facelinks. Entity number, 9. Habitats, majority, most commonly level 1, level 2, and level 3. Description. Facelinks are a general term for faceless people that roam the backrooms. There are multiple types, each with varying levels of hostility. They are one of the most populous entities in the backrooms, and likely one of the first entities you will encounter. The most common two forms are adult facelinks and child facelinks, although more have since been discovered. Adult facelinks are friendly and do not act with hostility unless provoked. They typically have the appearance of standard adult humans, with smooth skin replacing the entire face. They can appear as male, female, and can also appear completely androgynous. Discovery. Facelinks are one of the first entities ever discovered in the backrooms. One of the earliest MEG reports ever written referenced them. Journal entries referencing facelinks date back to 1909. Their exact origin is still unknown. Entity 8, the Hound. Entity number, 8. Habitat, majority. Description. The name Hound comes from the dog-like nature of these entities, crawling on all fours and mauling anyone that provokes them. Hounds are humanoids with a strange biology, with arms and legs that are built for travel on all fours. They are highly aggressive, and are made aggressive when they see someone in an aggressive state, but can be intimidated by direct eye contact. Behaviors. Hounds become hostile the moment they see a human. However, they become intimidated when you give direct eye contact and stare them down. This won't work for long however, but it should be enough time to get your bearings and make a run for it. However, if you hear a growling noise, it's safest to stay out of sight of a hound. Biology. A hound appears to be a human with long black hair growing on the head. They have sharp claws, an extremely large mouth with sharp teeth. However, this is often unseen due to the amount of hair. As mentioned, they walk on all fours, and have a lot of power when they attack a target, despite appearing sickly skinny. Hounds hatch from eggs that originate from the hive. Discovery. One of the earliest known video recordings of the backrooms depicted a wanderer running away from a hound in an area that resembled level 0. However, since we don't currently know when the hive was spawned, if it even had a beginning, we can't determine the origin of hounds at this time. Do's and don'ts. 2. Keep direct eye contact with hounds if one is approaching you. Stay out of sight if you hear growling. Don't run away from hounds the second you see one. Attempt to tame them. Entity 10, Skin Stealer. Entity number, 10. Habitat, majority, most commonly level 1, level 2, and level 3. Description. Entity 10, more commonly known as the Skin Stealers, are large humanoid entities that can wear the skin of their victims as a disguise. They eat human flesh when in a hunger state, and otherwise roam aimlessly if they do not need to eat. Their blood is translucent, and they can mimic human speech. They are most commonly found on the first 4 levels, but have been reported in several levels. Behaviors. Skin stealers are typically docile creatures and will wander aimlessly if they do not need to feed. In this stage, they will not be hostile unless you aggravate them. In a hunger state, they will seek out humans wandering alone and will then use their strength to tear them apart with their hands. Biology. Skin stealers are tall, pale yellow humanoids with sunken white eyes. Their outer layer of flesh is covered with microscopic bumps similar to the suckers of an octopus's tentacle. These stick to skin that is torn off humans, and push and pull on it to make it fit, until the skin stealer looks identical to a human. These bumps also pump blood and nutrients into the skin, to make it feel warm and alive as well as prevent decomposition. In addition, it heals the skin, hiding any cuts that may identify a real human. After a period of around 24 hours, the skin will be digested through the surface of the skin stealer, and the skin stealer will enter a docile state. A skin stealer also has the ability to speak, but it cannot understand language. It will repeat what it hears, often in varying languages, in order to lure in prey, but it cannot actually communicate. Although, since a typical skin stealer rarely uses their voice, this is not a good way to tell them apart from real humans. The blood of a skin stealer is completely translucent, so a good way to identify a skin stealer from a normal person is by their blood. Discovery. Sightings of skin stealers have been reported over 5 years before the creation of the MEG. As some of the most populous entities in the backrooms, they are often one of the first entities new wanderers will encounter. Do's and don'ts. 2. Walk away slowly and calmly if you see one. Check anyone you are traveling with for clear blood. Don't trust people that barely speak, or say random assortments of words. Aggravate the skin stealer in its docile state.